What is permethrin and why you should start using it? Coming up. Well, hey guys, what's going on? It's Samantha from Lone Crow Adventures, the channel where we talk about all things camping, hiking, and backpacking. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use permethrin to treat your clothing and gear to protect yourself from bugs. So let's answer the first question. What is permethrin? Permethrin is a chemical product that you can apply to your clothing and your gear that's going to protect against bugs. It is especially helpful to protect against ticks and chiggers. And let's face it, nobody likes either of those. The really nice thing about using permethrin as a bug control option is that it binds to the fabric of your clothing and your gear, providing you 42-day protection. It's also good for several washes, generally up to about 6. So before we go further, let's establish some ground rules. Number 1, do not spray this on your skin. It is toxic when it is wet, and it is only safe to use once it has dried on your gear. Do not use it on your skin. Number 2, do not spray this product onto your clothing while you are wearing them or immediately before you put your clothing on. Like I said, it has to be dry before it has any skin contact. So do not spray your clothes and then go immediately hit the trail. You have to wait for it to dry. Number 3, do not use this to treat your pets. Under no circumstances should you be spraying this on or around your pets, especially if you have cats. Permethrin is extremely toxic to cats. It's safe once it's dried, but make sure you don't have any cats in the area when you're applying the product, or make sure that they don't come into contact with the clothing after it's been sprayed until it's dry. All right, now that I've completely terrified you about using this product, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can use this product safely. When you're using permethrin, you're going to want to spray your clothing outdoors. It's not recommended for indoor use. You could use this in a garage if you had your clothes hanging up, as long as it's well ventilated, but I wouldn't recommend that you use it inside the house. So make sure that you're in a nice ventilated area before you go to apply the permethrin spray. I strongly recommend the use of personal protective equipment to protect your skin from direct contact with the product through the application process. So I recommend gloves, an N95 respirator, and splash-proof goggles for maximum protection. But if you're only going to use one of the 3, gloves are a must. Now, when I treat my clothing, I like to set up a clothesline outside so I can leave everything to dry. It takes 2 hours to dry, but it can take up to 4 hours if you have more humid conditions. And I also like to set it up in an area where I know I'm not going to have pets coming in and out of the area. So if you have an outdoor dog or something, you might want to kennel them up just until this stuff gets dry. Now, before you apply this stuff, you want to give it a real good shake to make sure it's mixed up really, really well. Now, when you go to apply this stuff, you want to hold the nozzle about 6 to 8 inches away, and you want to use kind of a sweeping motion and fully saturate that clothing. Now, when you're applying this stuff, you want to pay special attention to the waistline of pants and to the bottoms of the pants, because those are going to be where the ticks are likely to get on you. On shirts as well, pay attention to this area because this is around the waistline, and also the sleeve area and the armpit area, because those are areas that ticks really, really like. So for long sleeves, you're going to want to hold that sleeve out, give it a good spray all the way up and down. Make sure you get that armpit. And you can also use this stuff on your socks, which is highly recommended, and also on your shoes. The area on the socks you're going to want to focus on is right up here above the ankle level. You can give the feet a quick spray too. You're going to want to come around the back and start spraying the back of the clothing as well. 1 bottle of this stuff is good for about 5 outfits. And what an outfit consists of is a top, pants, socks, and shoes. So now we just have to wait 2 to 4 hours for this stuff to dry, and you'll be ready to go. So if you like the idea of having permethrin treated clothing, but you don't have access to an outdoor area where you can treat it yourself, you can go through a service called Insect Shield, where you can send your clothing into them and they will treat the clothing for you and then ship it back. And their prices are pretty reasonable. For one single garment, it's $8.50, or you can have a little envelope where you put multiple garments in there, and it's around $89. So I'm going to put a link in the description below for that. In addition, Insect Shield also sells a variety of pre-treated permethrin clothing. So if you're in the market for some new hiking gear anyway, you might want to consider buying gear that has already been treated with permethrin. So they have shirts and pants and socks and a bunch of other stuff, which is pretty fashionable. And of course, it's always this lightweight wicking material, which is perfect for your outdoor pursuits. So I'm going to go ahead and post links to that pre-treated clothing in the description below as well. Well, thanks guys so much. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we will see you guys on the next one.